1 in 3 adults over 60 will lose up to 30% of their leg strength in the next 10 years. But here's the twist, it's not because of aging, it's because most people don't know what breakfast does to their muscles until it's too late. In the next few minutes, I'll share 5 simple foods and 5 science-backed habits you can start tomorrow morning to protect your legs, improve your balance, and preserve the one thing that truly defines your freedom, your ability to walk. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, and it affects millions of older adults every single year. The troubling part, most people don't even know it's happening until it's too late. One day, you notice your legs feel a little heavier getting out of bed. The next, you're holding onto the wall for balance. Eventually, it takes a push from your arms just to rise from a chair. You think it's just age catching up, but the truth is, it's not age that's stealing your strength. It's how your body responds to the choices you make starting from the moment you wake up. Your legs are the largest muscle group in your body. They're responsible for keeping you upright, mobile, and independent. When they weaken, everything else begins to fall apart literally and figuratively. Your balance gets worse. Your stride shortens. You move slower. Circulation decreases. Fat builds up. Sleep quality drops. Even your appetite starts to fade. It's like a chain reaction that begins with something small like skipping breakfast and ends with you needing help for the most basic tasks. Let's paint a picture. Imagine waking up one morning and standing by the edge of your bed. Your legs feel unsteady, a little shaky. You think maybe you just slept wrong. Then, as you move across the room, you stumble slightly. Nothing major, but enough to remind you something's off. That was exactly how my patient, Linda, started noticing something wasn't right. She was 67, energetic, loved gardening, but slowly began losing confidence on her feet. When we looked at her morning habits, everything pointed to the same issue: no breakfast, lots of coffee, and going hours before her first meal. After just 2 weeks of changing her morning routine, starting with a proper meal before 8 a.m., she began noticing real changes. Her legs felt stronger. She stopped wobbling when stepping off the porch, and her nighttime cramps gone. What Linda experienced isn't unique. Science now shows that what we eat and when we eat, it can either preserve or destroy the muscle in our legs. And here's what's worse, it's not just about skipping meals, it's about what you do choose to eat in the morning. That cinnamon roll, that dry toast with nothing on it, that sugar-loaded instant cereal. All of these lack the critical nutrients your body needs to halt muscle breakdown. After a night of sleep, your body is in a catabolic state, which means it starts breaking down muscle to fuel itself if it doesn't get the nutrients it needs. And guess which muscles it pulls from first? The legs. But here's the good news, this process is reversible. That's right. With just a few small changes to your breakfast routine, you can protect your leg muscles, improve your balance, reduce cramps, and keep your independence. The key is to act now before weakness becomes your normal. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to eat in the morning to keep your legs strong and steady. These aren't expensive supplements or complicated recipes. They're simple, affordable foods you've probably seen or even have in your kitchen right now. If you've ever felt like your legs don't move like they used to, if stairs feel harder than they should, or if you've had a fall that left you shaken, this video is for you. I invite you to stay with me, take notes, and maybe even share this with a friend who could benefit. Because the truth is, you deserve to walk with strength, with pride, and without fear every single day. So let's begin with the first step, understanding what's really going on in your body after 60 and how breakfast can either support your legs or silently destroy them. Let me tell you about a man named David. He was 69 years old when we met. A retired construction engineer who once spent his days climbing scaffolds, walking sites, and moving with the kind of purpose and energy that made people assume he was at least a decade younger. But by the time I saw him, his posture had changed. His steps were slower. His face looked a little more tired, especially in the morning. He told me something that really stuck with me. He said, "I used to feel like my legs were my foundation." It started subtly. He'd get up in the morning and feel like his knees were stiff. His ankles didn't want to cooperate. The first few steps from the bed to the bathroom felt off. Not painful, just off. He chalked it up to aging. We all do that, don't we? We blame age because it's the easiest answer. But aging itself isn't what causes the legs to go. It's what we do or don't do because of aging that leads to decline. David's story is not rare. In fact, it's alarmingly common. 1 out of every 3 adults over the age of 60 experiences significant muscle loss, especially in the legs. And it doesn't happen all at once. It sneaks in, little by little. First, it takes you a bit longer to stand up from a chair. Then, you start using your arms to push off. Walking becomes less smooth. You avoid stairs. You stop going on long walks. And before you know it, your world gets smaller not because you want it to, but because you're... The real turning point for David came one morning when he stepped out onto his front porch to grab the newspaper. There was a small lip in the concrete, something he'd stepped over 1,000 times. But this time, his foot didn't lift quite high enough. He tripped, landed hard on his knee. Nothing was broken, thankfully. But the bruise on his confidence, that was the real injury. He told me later, "I didn't fall because I was clumsy. I fell because I wasn't strong enough to catch myself." That shook him. And now, to be clear, David didn't have any major medical conditions. No diabetes, no arthritis, no neurological issues. His blood work looked fine. But what he did have was a gradual loss of muscle strength, particularly in his lower body, compounded by years of ignoring breakfast and skipping movement first thing in the morning. That's when we made the plan. We didn't start with intense exercise or expensive treatments. We started with breakfast. Real food, real habits, real consistency. I asked him to change what he ate first thing in the morning, to treat his first meal not as a formality, but as a foundation. And the results were remarkable. Within 3 weeks, David reported that he was standing up easier. His legs didn't tremble when he climbed stairs. The nighttime cramps that used to wake him up, gone. He started walking again, first around the block, then at the park. The best part, he told me, "I feel like I got my legs back." This is what I want you to understand. Muscle loss isn't just about looking frail. It's about losing the very thing that gives you freedom. Your legs carry you to the mailbox, to the kitchen, to your grandkids' soccer games. They're more than limbs. They're your link to life. And protecting them should be a priority, not a luxury. When you skip breakfast, or eat the wrong foods in the morning, you're not just missing calories. You're missing the key nutrients your body needs to stop muscle breakdown, especially after sleep. Your body is hungry for fuel. Without it, it begins pulling energy from wherever it can, starting with the muscles you use most, your legs. That's why what you eat in the morning matters. It's why I tell every senior patient, don't skip the most important meal of the day. Because breakfast isn't just about feeling full, it's about fueling the muscles that keep you independent. David's turnaround wasn't magic. It was biology. And if he can do it starting at 69, you can too. The body is incredibly resilient, especially when you feed it what it truly needs. In just a moment, I'll share with you the same 5 breakfast strategies I gave to David. These aren't trends or gimmicks. They're backed by science, tested in real life. And they could be the key to keeping your legs strong for years to come. But before we get there, I want you to take a moment. Think about your own mornings. What's the first thing you put in your body? Is it building you up or slowly breaking you down if you're not sure? Don't worry. That's what we're here to fix starting today. Let's get into the real, tangible steps you can take starting with breakfast. When we talk about protecting and strengthening your legs, it all begins with what you put on your plate in the morning. You don't need fancy powders or mystery pills. What you need are real, whole foods that nourish your muscles and support the systems that keep you upright and moving. Today, we're starting with the first 3 of 5 powerful breakfast items that I recommend to every senior who wants to fight muscle loss. The first item is as classic as it gets: whole eggs. Not just the whites, I'm talking about the entire egg. Yolk and all. Boiled, scrambled, poached, however you like them. Just make sure you're not tossing out the yellow center. That yolk holds an incredible amount of muscle-supporting nutrition inside. You've got vitamin D, B12 choline, and most importantly, leucine, a branched-chain amino acid that's essential for muscle protein synthesis. In simpler terms, leucine helps your body build and maintain. And if you're still worried about cholesterol from eggs, let me reassure you, current research shows that dietary cholesterol from eggs has little to no effect on the blood cholesterol levels for most people. In fact, for seniors, the benefits far outweigh the concerns. A study from the University of Illinois showed that older adults who ate 2 eggs every morning for 8 weeks experienced significant increases in leg strength and better balance. Not only that, but eggs also support your neuromuscular. Next up, we have a warm, comforting bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds. This combination might not sound flashy, but it is incredibly effective. Oatmeal is rich in a soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which reduces inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, and improves nutrient absorption. These effects are crucial because when your body can absorb nutrients efficiently, it can repair and build muscle more effectively. Now let's talk about chia seeds. These tiny seeds are nutritional powerhouses, packed with omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. All of these support muscle contraction and nerve function. When combined with oatmeal, they create a breakfast that not only keeps your energy levels stable, but also reduces nighttime leg cramps, improves blood flow to your lower body, and supports recovery after movement. For seniors who often wake up feeling stiff or unbalanced, this breakfast provides a sang. Try this: cook a half cup of rolled oats in water or nut milk until soft. Stir in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds while it's still warm, for flavor and extra antioxidants. Top it with blueberries or banana slices. Not only does it taste great, but it sets your body up with the nutrients it needs to keep your legs working the way they should. Which brings us to the third item: bananas. Yes, the humble banana can be your leg's best friend, especially in the morning. Why? Because bananas are loaded with potassium, which is essential for maintaining proper muscle contractions and preventing cramps. You see, after a full night's sleep, your body is often dehydrated and your electrolyte levels may be off balance. Potassium helps restore that balance, reducing the risk of twitching, cramping, or feeling unsteady as you move. But that's not all. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which helps improve nerve communication between your brain and your muscles. Better communication means better balance and coordination, something that becomes increasingly important as we age. Now, not everyone can tolerate bananas equally. If you have kidney disease or diabetes, talk to your doctor about how much potassium is safe for you. In general, one small banana a day, especially one that's just slightly underripe, is a smart and safe choice. For even better results, pair your banana with a protein source like Greek yogurt, or include it as a topping on your oatmeal and chia bowl. This helps slow the absorption of sugar and gives you sustained energy to move through your morning without feeling drained. Most importantly, bananas are easy to digest, easy to carry, and easy to incorporate even for those who don't have much of an appetite in the morning. So to recap, start your day with whole eggs for muscle-building amino acids and essential vitamins, oatmeal and chia seeds for inflammation control and energy stability, and bananas for potassium and neuromuscular support. These three simple foods, when eaten within the first hour of waking up, can set the tone for a day of strength, steadiness, and confidence on your feet. You don't need an overhaul of your entire diet. Just begin here, with 3 breakfast choices that have stood the test of time and science. In the next segment, we'll add 2 more powerful foods to the list, and I'll also reveal a breakfast recipe that's been quietly helping older adults reclaim their mobility. One bite at a time. Now that we've covered the first 3 powerful breakfast choices, eggs, oatmeal with chia seeds, and bananas, let's move on to 2 more foods that deserve a permanent place in your morning routine. These next 2 are often overlooked, but can make a huge difference in how your legs feel, move, and support you throughout the day. First up is Greek yogurt. Not just any yogurt, but the thick, protein-rich kind that's been triple strained to remove most of the liquid. What you're left with is a creamy, satisfying food packed with nutrients that specifically support muscle repair and balance. Greek yogurt contains casein protein, which is a slow-digesting protein. That means it helps feed your muscles over several hours, making it a perfect choice to break your overnight fast. 1 6-ounce serving of Greek yogurt delivers around 17 grams of protein, nearly double what you'd find in regular yogurt. It's also full of calcium and vitamin D, both of which are essential for bone health and muscle contraction. And don't forget the probiotics. These beneficial bacteria don't just support gut health, they also help with nutrient absorption and reduce systemic inflammation, which can make recovery and circulation in your legs more efficient. In fact, a study from the Netherlands found that older adults who consumed 20 grams of casein protein daily, similar to what you'd get in a serving of Greek yogurt, saw noticeable improvements in leg strength and balance within just 6 weeks. Even more impressively, they experienced fewer nighttime cramps and reported feeling steadier on their feet during daily activities. Now, I get it, some people are sensitive to dairy. If that's you, look for lactose-free options. Or consider Greek yogurt made from goat's milk or sheep's milk, which tend to be easier on the digestive system. Always choose plain, unsweetened yogurt. Those fruit-flavored store-bought versions often have more sugar than a candy bar. And that kind of spike in blood sugar can actually make inflammation worse, not better. Try pairing your Greek yogurt with a small handful of berries or a sprinkle of chia seeds for an added nutritional boost. Eat it within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up to give your body the amino acids and minerals it needs to rebuild and protect your leg muscles. Next on our list is one of the most underutilized but powerful muscle foods, salmon. Yes, I said salmon for breakfast. Now, I know that might sound a little unconventional, but hear me out. Fatty fish like salmon are packed with high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These nutrients reduce muscle inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and help your muscles absorb more amino acids from the foods you eat. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a study showing that adults over 65 who consumed fatty fish at least twice per week had 27% more leg muscle mass than those who didn't. Not only that, but their walking speed improved. Their risk of falling decreased by over 30%, and they reported better overall mobility. You don't have to eat salmon every single day. Twice a week is enough to make a difference. If cooking salmon in the morning feels like too much, try pre-cooked or smoked versions without added sugar or preservatives. You can even pair it with boiled eggs, a slice of avocado, or steamed vegetables for a full, nutrient-rich breakfast that keeps you satisfied and energized. Just be cautious if you have a history of digestive issues or high cholesterol. In that case, consider baked or steamed salmon over fried, and avoid heavily salted or flavored versions, if whole fish isn't your thing. You can also talk to your doctor about a high-quality fish oil supplement as a backup. And now, let's talk about the hidden gem and the one breakfast item that most people have in their kitchen, but never think to eat at the right time: sweet potatoes with a pinch of natural mineral salt. Yes, you heard that right. A simple, steamed sweet potato topped with a touch of Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt can act as a powerful fuel for your leg muscles in the morning. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates that help replenish muscle glycogen after a long night without food. They don't spike your blood sugar like white bread or sugary cereals. Instead, they release energy slowly, keeping your muscles fed and your energy stable. On top of that, sweet potatoes provide potassium, magnesium, and manganese, 3 minerals essential for proper nerve signaling and muscle function. Now, let's not overlook the salt. Regular table salt is highly processed and stripped of minerals, but natural salts like Celtic or Himalayan contain more than 80 trace elements that your body needs to maintain healthy muscle contractions, balance fluids, and prevent cramps. When combined with the nutrients in sweet potatoes, this small addition can make a big impact. A study from the French Institute of Mineral Nutrition found that adults who included a mineral-rich breakfast featuring complex carbs and unrefined salt had 41% better balance and nearly 50% fewer falls over a 3-month period. That's not something to take lightly. So here's a simple way to do it. Steam half a sweet potato the night before. In the morning, warm it up. Sprinkle a small pinch of Celtic salt on top, and eat it about 10 minutes before your main breakfast. This timing helps your body begin absorbing minerals and stabilizes your energy for the rest of the morning. In just a few days, you might notice fewer cramps, better coordination, and even an easier time getting to your feet. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and most importantly, it works. With these 2 final food additions, Greek yogurt and salmon, plus our secret weapon of sweet potatoes with mineral salt, you now have a breakfast toolkit that's grounded in science and built for strength. In the next section, we'll cover 5 morning habits that support these meals and amplify your leg health even further. Now that you've got a solid foundation of muscle-supporting breakfast foods, let's talk about something equally important: your morning habits. What you do in those first few moments after waking up can either support the health of your legs or slowly contribute to their decline. The good news is, these habits are simple, don't require fancy equipment, and can be done in under 10 minutes. Let's go through 5 habits that, when combined with the right breakfast, can dramatically boost your leg strength. Habit number 1, start your day with a glass of warm water and a pinch of natural mineral salt. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body wakes up mildly dehydrated. That might not seem like a big deal, but even slight dehydration can impair muscle function, reduce circulation, and lead to cramps, especially in the legs. Adding a small pinch of unrefined sea salt, like Celtic or Himalayan salt, helps restore electrolytes and supports nerve signaling. Sip this slowly before anything else. It not only. Habit number 2, do a simple leg activation and balance exercise for about 3 minutes. You don't need any equipment or a large space. Just stand near your bed or a chair. Lift one foot a few inches off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds. And switch sides. Repeat 5 times per leg. This trains your muscles to engage right away and improves proprioception. That's your body's awareness of where it is in space. It sounds simple, but it can drastically lower your risk of stumbling when you first start moving. Habit number 3, don't rush out of bed. I know it's tempting to swing your legs out and pop up the moment your eyes open. But moving too fast can lead to dizziness or even a fall. Instead, take a minute. Sit up slowly. Rotate your wrists and ankles to reintroduce movement to your joints. Then take 3 slow, deep breaths. This wakes up your circulatory system and primes your body to transition from rest to movement. It's a moment of calm, control, and preparation. Habit number 4, step into some morning sunlight. Even if just for 5 minutes. Sunlight triggers the body's production of vitamin D, which plays a critical role in bone strength, muscle health, and coordination. Seniors are especially prone to low vitamin D levels, which can lead to weaker legs and slower reflexes if you live somewhere with limited sun. Consider a D3 supplement, but whenever you can, get the real thing. Open a window, sit on the porch, or take a brief stroll outside. That little Habit number 5. Never delay your first meal for too long. The longer you go without breakfast, the longer your body stays in a catabolic state where it breaks down muscle tissue for energy, even something small, like half a boiled egg, a piece of sweet potato, or a spoon of Greek yogurt, can shift your body into muscle-preserving mode. If you're not hungry when you wake up, that's okay. Just start small. Think of this as a dose of medicine for your muscles. It's not about eating big, it's about eating. So, let's put it all together. Start your day with warm water and a pinch of mineral salt. Do 3 minutes of balance-focused movement. Sit up slowly and breathe before you stand. Let a little sunshine touch your skin, and give your body the fuel it needs with a thoughtful breakfast. These steps might seem small on their own, but together, they form a system, a daily strategy to protect your legs, your balance, and your independence. You see, staying strong after 60 isn't about making one giant change. It's about building small, consistent habits that reinforce your body's natural strength. Think of these habits like brushing your teeth, but for your legs. You wouldn't skip brushing your teeth and expect your smile to stay healthy. The same goes for your muscles. Every step you take, every time you rise from a chair or walk across a room, your legs are working for you, and they deserve a little care in return. That care begins the moment you wake up. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. As we wrap up, I want you to ask yourself, what's one habit from today's video that you can start tomorrow morning? Maybe it's the warm water. Maybe it's standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. Maybe it's finally giving yourself a real breakfast instead of just coffee. Whatever it is, start there. Your legs will thank you. And a month from now, you might be surprised by how much steadier, stronger, and more confident you feel. In our next video, we'll talk about 3 common breakfast foods that look healthy on the outside but are silently damaging your muscles, joints, and energy. You won't want to miss it. Until then, stay strong, stay curious, and keep moving forward.